Today, we're talking about something really powerful, something that might just change the way you look at your own potential. We're talking about the crime of thinking small. You know, these words from the former president of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, they aren't just a nice little piece of inspiration. He meant this, literally. He saw it as a warning. Because when you think about it, the size of our dreams, well, that sets the bar for everything else. If you're aiming for the moon, you're going to build a rocket. If you're aiming for the ceiling, you'll just need a ladder. Now, this isn't some abstract idea. It has real, tangible consequences. And to really understand what this looks like, I want to share a story with you. It perfectly shows how a huge dream can get crushed by something as simple as fear. The classic question, right? We've all been there. Well, recently, this exact question was asked to this super bright 8th grade student, and her answer? Well, it was a total curveball, especially when you consider her potential. I mean, just look at this. This student is a rock star. She never, ever scores below 90%. She's got great management skills, and everybody says she has an incredible leadership potential. You look at a profile like this, and you think, okay, this kid is going to aim for the stars, right? President, CEO, something huge. Her answer? She wants to be a baker. Now look, let's be crystal clear. Being a baker is a fantastic profession. It's an art, it's a science, it's hard work. But given her background, you have to wonder, was this choice coming from a place of passion, or was it coming from a place of caution? Turns out, it was the latter.
And there it is, the real reason. The heartbreaking part is that her dream wasn't limited by her own failure, but by someone else's. She saw her cousin pour 6 years of his life into the super tough civil services exam, the UPSC, only to fail. And she just absorbed his conclusion that it's a waste of time and life. So to protect herself from that kind of pain, she chose a smaller, safer dream.
Her story? It's a gut punch, but it's so important because she's not alone. Her experience points to a way bigger problem in our society. So the question is, how do we start challenging this story of failure? How do we find a new way forward?
Because what happened to her? It's happening all around us. So many young people hear these stories of struggle from their family, from their friends, and they internalize it. They look at the tough paths and think, nope, not for me, too risky. So they end up making life-changing career choices based on secondhand fear, not on their own incredible potential.
And this gets us to a huge myth that we've just got to bust. The idea that some dreams are too difficult or a waste of life. That's a trap. Here's the reality. Any path to real success, becoming an amazing baker, a top doctor, a civil servant, it takes a ton of hard work. Success is never the easy road. The only real waste of life is being too afraid to even try. So how do we actually fight back against this fear? Well, one really cool answer is this thing called the Civil Services Preparatory Olympiad. It's basically designed to be the exact opposite of that student's experience. Instead of scaring students away from a big goal, it actually introduces them to the basics, gives them a peek behind the curtain, and encourages them to see what they're capable of. And the whole point here isn't to push every student into becoming a civil servant, not at all. It's about giving them a safe space to just explore. It's a playground, not a battlefield. It gives them a chance to dip their toes in the water without any risk. Exactly the kind of chance that brilliant 8th grader never got. The goal here is so simple and smart. First, you just introduce the basics of the exam, take away the scariness of the unknown. Second, you actively encourage and motivate them. And third, and this is the absolute key, you give them a low-risk way to give it a shot without all the crazy pressure of the real deal. So what's the price tag for this first step? For exploring a dream that could change your life? What's the barrier to entry? 200 rupees. That's it? And let's just put that number into perspective for a second. 200 rupees. I mean, come on, in most places, that's not even enough to buy a single pizza. The investment in potentially discovering your life's calling is less than what you'd spend on a casual Friday night dinner. And for that tiny fee, look at what you get. It's not just the chance to try, you get free study materials to help you prepare. Every single person who participates gets a certificate. Winners get medals, and the top folks can even win laptops and tablets. The whole thing is designed to build you up and encourage you. So when you boil it all down, it comes back to this. Your job isn't to be perfect. It's not to succeed on your first go. Your only job is to try, just to make an attempt, to take one small, simple step forward and just see what happens. Which leaves us with one final thought, one question for you. For a tiny cost and a little bit of your time, You could test a dream you might have already dismissed. What if you just give it a shot? Who knows? Maybe that brilliant civil servant, that leader, that changemaker hidden inside you is just waiting for a chance to come out.